Hi there everybody, here we are back with the numeral and looking at our basic number facts for our preps grade 1s and grade 2s. They want to learn their basic number facts up to 30 if you remember, so that they have very good recall as far as their foundations in numeracy is concerned. So today we're going to be looking at partitioning. Now we're going to keep it really simple because you can talk complicated concepts with children and keeping it on a simple level, and particularly I'm talking about numbers between say 1 and 30, then you can even take grade 3s and grade 4s into much more difficult concepts as far as partitioning is concerned, particularly if they understand it from a simpler sort of perspective. So we're going to do a number of these today. So I want you to understand what partitioning is. Basically, it's breaking numbers up into parts, so particularly their place value parts, if you like. In this particular situation, we've got 10 here and 3, which is 13, and then we've got 10 and 2, which is 12. So essentially what we're doing when we are partitioning, we're using it as a mental strategy. So if we had our 13 and we were going to add on our 12. All right, you and I both know that this is going to be 25, but kids that are learning maths, this is a really good strategy, just one of many that they can use. So we would think of breaking this up into our place value elements, which would be 10 and 3, and this one would be 10 and 2, all right? So then the kids will mentally in their heads, but also using the numeral, be able to have a look at what's happening and using these attribute blocks so you can equally show them, but this is actually a quicker method and they've always got them in their hands anyway. So what we want them to do is go, well, the ones element of this is going to be 5, and then the 2 10s is going to give me 20, and when we add those together, well, we're going to end up with 25. All right, so that's the thinking behind it. So if we just have a look at the attribute blocks, we'll see that we've got, if we take our ones into consideration, or our units if you like, we've got 3 and 2, which will come together as 5, and then we've got 2 10s, which is 20, giving us an answer of 25. So, and if we do this multiple times and we get them to use the concept of place value when they're adding as a mental strategy, that is very, very good. Now let's have a look at what happens when we use the numeral. So, we've got 13 plus 12. Well, first of all, let's have a look at 13. So we've got 10 there and the other 3. So you can see easily that you've got one group of 10 and 3 ones. All right. Now we need to look at and discuss maybe with them, because remember, this is a lesson with the kids. So let's have a look at 12. So essentially you and I will both know that, all know that it's 10 and 2 more. But then they'll be able to see it's 1 10 and there's 2 1s in here. So partitioning that, they'll be able to think, well, I've got a group of 10 and I've got a group of 10, and then I've got 2 units, and then I've got another 3 units, or ones if you want to call them that, which will give us 5. So let's do this on the numeral. Might want to write it down like this, and I would have a worksheet showing them, the types of things that I'm expecting them to do. So let's think about how many 10s we've got. Well, we've got 2 10s, so we've got 1 10 there, and then we've got another 10. The numeral is set out so that we can have a look at basic place value, and then we've got 3, 1 2 3, and then we've got another 2, 1 2, and they can see distinctly that we've got a group of 10 and a group of 10, and then we've got our 5 units, or ones if you want to call them ones. All right, giving us an answer of 25. So we can practice that a number of times, giving, changing the numbers around, and then introducing very basic partitioning as a mental strategy so that they can utilize that when they're trying to work out their basic number facts. So essentially that is partitioning in a simple form using the numeral. All right. So thank you very much, and I'll bring you some more subtraction facts in the future. We've largely been concentrating on addition, and then we'll also bring in multiplication and division. So we've still got quite a bit to do. You can see how versatile it actually is. So thanks so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye.